Sometimes it is just too much.
So embarrassed.
Am I just talking too much?
I don't remember any of that.
There's a lot I don't remember, too.
Too much information?
We say that after every one of these, and
I
for some
know.
reason, we're employed all the time.
Too much, it's ruined.
I can't believe we have a show.
We might not tomorrow.
Staci and Hutch say too much.
Here we go!
Yay! We're happening again.
It is another day, another podcast of Staci and Hutch Say Too Much. Alex here, Staci's here, and very special guest,
A stranger that no one knows yet.
Matthew Weldon.
Hello.
Matthew Weldon. Matthew Weldon. It's weird because I've talked to Matthew and seen Matthew so many times since I've met Alex. And then to see him in person, you're like, wow, what a better looking person than Alex is.
He just looked at you quite square and was like, when have I talked to you?
Probably on the phone?
Yeah,
He must have
FaceTime. Alex was probably drunk when.
Probably.
No, Matthew could have been too.
Maybe that's why he looked at you funny. Like, I've never talked to you.
I don't recall that whatsoever.
I think engagement night, we definitely talked to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got a call.
Yeah.
Yep.
But your brother, so wait, you're in town for the show or to see Alex?
Mainly more to see Alex, but we kind of designed the trip around the show.
You like Justice. Justice is in town tonight at the Armory.
I do like Justice when Alex plays them. I would not say I listen to Justice myself.
Yeah, it's like I like Alan Partridge when Alex shows me clips, but I will not go out of my way to find Alan Partridge.
That's kind of.
I'm hearing a couple of people with no taste. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I see. I hadn't even known who that was until you.
I didn't either. I didn't
me.
know who Justice was. What's the plan tonight? Are you guys are going to the concert early? Alex likes to show up to concerts not fashionably late, but a little later after the opener and all that stuff. But you're so excited for this show.
Right.
Not this one.
Yeah.
No?
You're there all the way?
No, we're going early.
Are you staying for the last part of it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, probably. This is my favorite band of all time. I'm staying until the band leaves.
And there will be, listeners there seeking you out.
That's true. Like 20
gosh.
listeners, because he gave away 10 pairs of tickets.
Prepare to move those dancing feet.
Oh.
That's the only thing. Prepare to move. I'm kind of. There was a possibility we're going to be interviewing them. It doesn't seem like that's going to be happening. I think I'm okay with that because then I'll be able to properly pregame these festivities.
Otherwise, you'll be nervous because you'll be like, what am I going to ask? That's not going to sound dumb.
And I don't speak French.
Do you?
So it'll be terribly tough.
That might be hard.
Do you?
Parlez-vous français?
No.
And then once they answer
These
that,
people-
I'll be in
Deep
shit.
trouble.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Have you guys ever met someone that you really idolized and you liked and they were just complete jerks? Like, is that part of it why you don't want to interview too? Is because like you don't want to
That ruined that fantasy.
There's actually a little part of that as well. I think it's almost okay if I just see the show and I don't meet them. I think they're terribly lovely guys from what I've heard. They're kind of rock and rolly guys. They're a little to themselves. So I don't think it would be a very interactive interview unless we really bonded,
Unless you,
which is possible.
played Monopoly.
Yeah, but that's happened. I'm sure it's happened. It's definitely happened with you guys. You have a list of people who are like, well, that was not very enjoyable whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you? You don't want to say their names?
Well,
Name them.
when Goo Goo Dolls came, they were kind of.
We can say him.
They were kind of uncool.
Yeah.
But the first time they came, they were nice. And then the second time they came, I think when their star was falling and they're trying to pull it back up, they were kind of not.
Charlie Puth was mine.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't very nice.
No.
Too.
But you know who my favorite was?
Who?
Surprisingly, favorite person, greatest personality.
Who?
Keith Morrison from Dateline.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh, Matthew was
That's a
shaking.
weird-
Do you know who
weird
Keith
one.
Morrison is?
I've heard the name. I don't really know
Oh,
who it is. I know what
he's-
Charlie Puth is and the Google Dolls. I was actually.
Keith Morrison is actually not a singer or anything. He hosts
Yes.
Dateline. He's the one who's like, it seemed like a really good marriage. But then again, someone's dead.
They say he lit up her world.
He was Matthew Perry's stepdad, too, as a matter of fact.
Way to bring it down.
but she wasn't prepared to be beaten over the head with a rake.
They seemed like a happy couple on the outside, but on the inside, it was
Oh.
hell.
Abuse.
I don't think he does it anymore, but he's this guy.
Oh, he still does Dateline.
Is it blonde,
Doesn't-
kind of wispy hair?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh,
No.
gray hair, not blonde. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
We'll show the audience at home.
Let's talk to. Oh, can we talk? Can we tell the story that you told me in there about what happened when you flew here from Boston and the app that just blew? Can we talk about that or no?
Oh, Hinge?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
fine.
tell the
Yeah.
story. What
Yeah.
happened?
So,
I think you've had this problem too, and I have had this problem too.
Okay.
So me and my best friend just got out of like a long-term relationship.
The cheeky
And-
smile that just came out of his face.
Wait till you hear the story. Yeah, wait till you hear the story.
Look how white his teeth are. So pretty.
He's so obnoxious.
He's so young
Why?
and pretty.
He's so like good looking, and then he's still got his metabolism and his teeth.
How much younger than
He's-
you is he?
10 years.
10 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I'm jealous of him. He got through genetics. He got the discipline in the family.
Yeah.
So he
Oh.
worked out this morning. And he's got his thing. and
He's
Oh,
everything
that'll
you
fade.
wish you could be.
he's got the attributes that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Someday you'll get lazy. It's going to happen. Okay, go on.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
I hope he
Not.
turns into a pile of crap.
Right on my downfall. So me and my best friend. So to get my best friend kind of back on the field, I was like, "Oh, you should make a hinge," and he was like, "Okay, I'll make one if you make one." I was like, "Okay," so we downloaded it at the same time, and then we just like went our separate ways. But I thought the plan was we were gonna make one, and then like whatever. I ended up making one. He never made one. I think he deleted the app, and so I just had a hinge, and
You thought you guys would have slumber parties, put your jams on, go
you
through
know,
some
tell
swiping
little ghost
together,
stories, get some snacks,
yeah.
you know, cuddle up maybe a little. But so I had my location in Boston, and I was showing Alex this girl who I was kind of chatting with and everything, and who I'm planning on going on a date with. And when I logged back in here, my location changed just
Oh.
automatically on the app.
Sure. And then
And
it
then-
gets stuck there.
Yeah, and then so now it says I'm in Minneapolis or wherever we were last night, and I woke up this morning with a ton of like new likes, and I was like,
like 45 overnight.
The Midwest,
It was-
the Midwest vultures started circling my
Yes.
apartment.
There's a
Yeah.
new one. Somebody tell everybody there's a new one here.
You saw a gaggle of crows, female crows that were just over my apartment.
Fresh meat.
so I woke up with 35 to be exact, and then I just X'd all of them because I was like, I'm not from here, like,
So what's
And,
the point? Yeah.
yeah. And then I was telling Alex the story, and then while I was telling it,
He goes, "Give me your phone."
well, no,
I'm gonna lie to
I
him.
just looked at it to
Time
kind
to,
of.
time to catfish this
I
lady.
just looked at it, and it was 15 more since I deleted the 35. So
little humble brag there for everybody.
Well, so did this happen to you in Vegas, or am I like?
Well, wherever I had gone on vacation or something, and in Ireland, because they were all giving me a hard time about why aren't you using the apps? I'm like, let me just show you what I get when I go on the apps. And we were in Ireland. So I turned it back on and I said, look at all these gents. And they were all quite,
Just a bunch of pink-skinned alcoholics.
it was just not good. And I said, this is why. And they're like, oh, okay. And then when I got home, I couldn't get it to recognize that I'm home now. I mean, I shut it off. Everything.
Redid it. And
Yeah. And it just was like, whatever. So I just
Wow.
deleted it.
what was weird about what they like about them? Was it their profiles, or was it like what they were saying? Kind of like,
Yes.
okay, sorry.
She didn't understand their dialect.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
It was a different language, so she didn't understand it.
Sure. That's it.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Because they all talked.
If
to me
smart
on
people would have gotten that joke because they speak English.
I got it.
I think apps like that will push someone to the front of everyone's profile, because when I went to San Francisco 3 years ago, or however long it was, I remember like I got a whole bunch of likes too, and I'm like, no one likes me in Minnesota. Why would people like me in San Francisco? But I think they just push you to the front, and like
'Cause
it's like
you're
just
new.
someone new, you
Yeah,
know? Because
absolutely.
That's probably true.
we've all been on the apps, and you've always seen the same people over and over
Yep.
and over again,
Hmm.
and so it's just so maybe that happens, and then so when you're in Boston, you don't get this many likes, or
Not that quickly.
okay.
I would
He's like,
say
how do I not
But-
hurt my brother's feelings?
there is something that I've noticed about.
I think his brother's feelings are fine.
There is something I've noticed about just kind of like the app from like a day use, where it's like the women who have liked kind of do like a catch and release type thing. Like they like and then just never seem to go on the
Yeah.
app ever again.
Yeah. Well, because they're so
Yeah.
sick of the harassment they get. I mean,
Or
you've been
they're-
on the apps and you've gotten horrible texts and horrible photos.
Or they're
and-
just waiting for like, what if there's somebody better who comes along? I'll like this one in case, but then there might be
Okay,
something
Yeah,
better.
that's true. Yeah, that's a great point too.
Like who? Matt Dillon is going to all of a sudden appear on there?
Hey, you never know.
That's true. No, I'm rooting for him. He's a really sweet kid.
Do you notice
he would do well in Minnesota?
Have you noticed a difference of the profiles you've seen in Boston compared to the profiles here? Is there something that stands out that's glaring, like a lot of women holding fish?
Or on camels?
Or on camels? Have you seen a lot of women on camels lately?
No.
Okay.
No, I've seen no camels.
Is that a thing?
I
Remember?
Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of, and I'm like, where are these women finding camels to pose on? I don't get it.
Inver Grove. I've heard. I'm just saying what I got my ear to the ground.
Alex does
I don't
traffic,
got-
so he knows some cities.
I do.
I don't have any
I'll throw out a
camel
little something.
photos.
There's a family of camels on 35W. That's odd.
Inner.
Inner.
Yeah. So have you been to Minnesota before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
didn't have to, unlike your parents, you didn't have to come here for an emergency. So you
No.
actually can enjoy it.
But I organized the
Emergency
flight and the like.
You got it
Did you?
together.
Yeah,
Did you?
basically, yeah. Because like love mom, but she was very worried about you. I was also very worried, but I was more of like
You had your act together.
Yeah.
kind of a little more. And then I had to call dad in the middle of the night and tell him like, hey, by the way,
Alex is pregnant.
Yeah.
Twins.
But wait, so you organized all the stuff for your mom? to
Yeah,
Flynn?
because so I was actually out at a bar with some of my friends, and I got a call from my stepdad at like it was like 1 a.m. and I was like, "All right, this is weird." So I answered, and he was like, "Do you have your brother's location?" I was like, "No." And so then I texted mom. I was like, "Is everything okay?" And she was like, "Come home." I was like,
Oh my God, this is how every Dateline episode starts.
"Yeah." I was like, "Oh, all right. It's 1 a.m. She's telling me to come home."
Were you
going
still?
Thumbs up.
Were you buzzed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to Uber back.
Our weird family has had to do this every 5 to 10 years, though.
There's an
One of
emergency.
the siblings is in peril.
How many
And-
are there?
5
4.
real ones, and
Okay.
then there's some step siblings in there.
Okay.
That's
Am I
a
right on that?
lot
With
of
that number?
tragedy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I had to count for a second. I thought you
Yeah,
didn't
we should
include
know.
Emily.
We should know. But yeah, every 5 to 10 years, there's something happens with a sibling, and then the divorced parents and their loved ones all
Come
get together. We have a quick summit, and then we decide the game
Summit.
plan, and then we all go if we can.
By the
and
way,
we-
if you don't know what we're talking about Alex's scooter accident.
Yeah.
Well, Alex's accident on Stacy's scooter.
yes,
And
Sorry
so
again
you
about
get to
bleeding
your
into it.
you get to your mom and stepdad's place.
Yeah.
And what happens then? Because you're half in the bag.
Yeah, so she's like already packing a bag and everything, she's on the phone with so first she's on the phone trying to get in contact with the police and everything, and they were just being super confusing. And then when I showed up,
Imagine that.
par for
Yeah.
the course in these cities.
it was like, yeah. It was the worst thing in the world.
So you booked-
talking to those police.
So you booked. Well, and we also found out when you did you ever see the video?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Okay, and you saw the cop car just drive past him
Oh yeah. Yeah.
while he was laying on
Yeah,
the
they're
floor.
on it in this
Yeah.
state. They
Have a
really
good
are.
nap. Have a good nap.
but be honest with you, they probably see like more homeless people laying on the sidewalk than
We
realize. And so they just thought Alex. By the way you looked at him,
Well, it
you
was
would because he had long hair at the time and he wasn't shaved and showered.
I mean,
so
you just looked a mess.
yeah.
it was
But that's why I put out a petition. I've got about, I think, just over 200 signatures now. We're looking to change the slogan for the Minneapolis Police Department to protect ish and serve ish. It's not even there. They need more people, but
They
whatever.
do. Yeah, they're
I'm not all
terribly understaffed.
And so
Yes.
you booked your mom's flight. She got here. By the way, your mom was and your dad both. We saw them with State Fair time. Man, when they got here and they realized he was fine, they were enjoying themselves,
Oh,
eating
yeah.
all the food at the State Fair. I saw them on the rides. They were just having a great time, and Alex is just standing there
Well, it seems the trend with when our mom goes on trips to
to save the kids.
someone,
Yeah.
it turns into a vacation.
Yeah. It's like writing off your groceries for taxes for like tax relief. It's like writing that off. It's like an excuse to I'm going to sneak in a little vacation. Tell my work emergency, but I'm going to go to the state fair.
Yay!
Yeah.
It was fun.
I will say though, I am a little bit disappointed. Granted, we make we can find fun in just about everything we do, but I'm very disappointed with the first impressions that I've shown him of the city. Very much.
What do you mean by
We've
that?
had 2 very negative run-ins with just people on
Yeah.
the streets that
Really?
were
Where if that happened in Boston, that guy would be jumped by if
He just would have been
standing
punched.
around.
He just
Yeah.
would have been punched. We
Yeah.
had one person, and we found out later that it was a group of people who were filming content, which I've already run into the city before, where somebody tried to get me to say something on camera, and then you have
Oh,
to
yeah, I
kind of
remember
like,
that, yeah.
when did you sit and swivel? But then this guy, he's on the corner. He's got another dude on the corner here. We're crossing. We're reverting back to go to this place for a bevy, and this guy just starts walking across the street. He goes, "Guys, I need a hug," and we immediately go, "Absolutely not." But then he keeps coming at us with his arms open, and he's moving quick. And we're like, seriously, you gotta stop coming over, because then we're gonna be forced to make a decision.
I'm gonna have to punch you.
Yeah,
I
and
will say I had 2 drinks. That's it.
if it was you, we would have given you a hug. I can
Okay,
promise you
thank you,
that.
thank
And
you.
then we had another one. We went to a place after that for a little bit of dinner, and this person was, I don't know if he was on drugs at this very nice bar, and he was harassing women to the point where like they were catcalling women to come to their side of the bar.
Oh,
And we had
cool.
to get into a couple of girls' ear and like stop and just be like, just be very careful, because this
Yeah,
guy
he was
is
saying like disgusting
things about these women,
Yeah.
to the point where I had to talk to him. I was like, "You're a really weird guy. You're
I will
weirding everyone out at this
Say
bar."
this.
Wow.
The first story you described was a guy just wanting a hug and just
No,
wanting
they were
to.
filming content.
Yeah.
Well, either way, okay,
but
fine.
I don't want to be touched by somebody I don't
No,
know.
who
Well,
would?
But if that happened my first thought when that was happening was, okay, this guy's coming in for a hug, because I'm imagining it like I'm back home. This guy's coming in for a hug, and then all of a sudden he's pulling out a knife and just,
Right. You don't know what
step,
he's going
step,
to do.
step, step, step.
yeah.
He might
get
have a
shanked in the
needle in
back.
his pocket. You don't know.
And then
Yeah.
we hear, Matthew Weldon was a great boy.
He came to spend time with his brother, but it didn't go according to plan.
Did you ever hear how Alex took home a homeless woman?
No, we didn't get there yet. I would love to hear that.
No,
though.
there was a reason why I was trying to bury that story from my memory forever.
Mm.
That's so funny.
And just
Yeah,
to clarify, if anybody now decides to just turn off the podcast, it was not for any odd reasons like that. I was trying to help.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy his new car?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you just said that thing and then moved on to something else
Well, only because
to leave the ambiguity there.
took the homeless woman in my car.
Let's just say Hutch is a pot stirrer.
Mm-hmm. I make a good soup.
Yeah, you do.
I tried to give her a drive home because she was being harassed by something. What is that? Well,
That's-
be careful. You're showing on the mic.
I just got a text from Emily.
About what?
Who's this girl you're taking on a date?
Oh, the Boston girl?
Yeah.
Does your family not? Can you guys not keep secrets?
We choose not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I literally walked in and I told I asked Matthew, or I asked Alex about a story that he had shared with me about his family, and Matthew goes, "Oh, you know that one too?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
literally.
yeah."
Well, it happened like what? A day ago?
Yeah.
It happened yesterday?
Which one was it?
No,
The,
we don't say anything about it, but it's the one I said. Oh, did you solve that situation?
Yeah, I'm already forgetting. That's all right.
We'll talk about it later. I don't want to bring anything up, but yeah. So
no, we always
you don't keep secrets.
No, my mother set up something like that. We were telling stories. I'm not going to do that here, but we walk in, we say the most honest. It's sometimes like my mom really went out of her way to create this environment where her children can really be honest about anything and not feel like there's repercussions that'll come and stuff. She's regretted it for years for creating that environment, because we come in
we're
and
a little too honest.
we're honest about our personal life. She's like, I don't want to know that. It's terrible.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoy the concert tonight. We can't wait for the stories tomorrow. I mean, if this is what it's been so far, the stories tomorrow are gonna be great.
Yeah, we're gonna. I told him, I was like, I just got to make sure I get my bare minimum work done for these 3 days. We're gonna try and live it up, make up for the back half of this week. We'll see. We're going crazy tonight.
Welcome.
Well, I
Thanks
hope
for
you're
coming
posting.
in. Yeah.
Do some posting so I
Yes.
can live through
Yeah,
you.
we got to do that. All right, there you go. That is Say Too Much. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.